Today we are going to start with a new chapter. We are going to start with cell and cell organelles, page number 67. Yes, Pooja, what happened? You have any doubt? Okay, we are starting with this chapter, chapter number 11, human body and organ system. And after completing this chapter, we are going to start with cell and cell organelles. So here in this chapter, we have to study about how the human body has been made and what are the organs which are present inside the human body and what different types of functions which are performed by different organs. Yes, 10th lesson will be completed after this. So which different organs in our body are working in groups so as to carry out the entire processes which are taking place inside our body. Our body is a very complex system. Okay, it is not like that only one procedure or only one process is taking place at a time. There are several processes which are taking place simultaneously together at a given time. So to maintain such type of processes all together is not an easy task. So all the different organs work in a different ways to carry out these processes. Specific organs are there which are related to specific functions like to carry out the digestive system. There are different organs to carry out the respiratory system. Okay, for the working of respiratory system is there. So functioning of human body or functioning of animal body is not an easy thing. It is a very complex function. So for the working of human body, the basic need is energy. Okay, energy is actually the energy is essential for all the life processes in human body. So energy production, talking about energy production, so energy production occurs within the cells. Okay, energy production takes place inside the cells. Okay, and how the energy production takes place? Energy production takes place with the help of food, what we eat. Okay, whatever food we eat, that food helps in production of energy. Uh, so, proper intake of food is actually very important, and then along with the food, okay, we need proper quantity of water also for assimilation and digestion of food, and also the food what we are eating. The food what we are eating should consist of good proportion of minerals and vitamins because deficiency of vitamins and minerals. Deficiency means if there is sudden decrease in the proportion of minerals and vitamins, it can lead to different diseases in the body. And also for the working of cells, for the proper working of our cells, one of the most important thing is what? One of the most important thing is oxygen. Oxygen supply. Oxygen supply is very important for the functioning of each and every cell. And if the cells are working properly, then our body will also work properly because cell is a basic unit. Human body is made up of smaller units that is known as cells. So different cells come together to form different organs, tissues like that. So we know that breathing is very important to us, right? If we don't breathe, अगर हम सांस लेना बंद कर देंगे तो we will not be able to survive. We will die, right? So breathing is actually very important. Means breathing is so important. it indicates that the oxygen level in our body is also important, because the functioning of each and every cell of the body, oxygen is required. So talking about respiration, there are two types of respiration. First is external respiration and second is internal respiration. What do you understand by external and internal? What do you mean by external and internal?
External means bahar, internal means andar.
Yes, very nice. External means something which is from outside and internal means something which is from inside. So there are two types of respiration, external respiration and internal respiration. Talking about external respiration, so it is taking part in two ways like inhalation and exhalation, which is known as inspiration and it is inspiration and expiration, yes. Okay, so what is inhalation? Inhalation means something is taken inside. Inhalation means something taken inside. Exhalation means when something is given out. So when we are performing respiration means when we are breathing, we know that we take in air. We take in air through our nose. Okay, and from the nose where it is going towards the lungs. And between the nose and lungs there is a pipe which is known as trachea. Okay, between the nose and lungs there is a pipe which is known as trachea. So trachea carries the air or oxygen which we are taking in towards the lungs. What is exhalation? Exhalation is when something is given out. So we know that during breathing we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. Okay, we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. So oxygen which is taken inside goes to the blood, and after going to the blood, what happens? After going to the blood, we know that the blood goes inside our body. That entire body consists of blood. So wherever the blood is flowing, that blood takes the oxygen along with it. Wherever the blood is going inside our body, the blood takes oxygen along with it, and the oxygen is supplied to each and every organ and to each and every cell for their proper functioning. So whatever oxygen we are inhaling, that is not remaining in the lungs. Okay, it is been absorbed in the blood. It is absorbed in the blood, and after absorption in the blood, it is being transported to each and every cell for the proper functioning. And whatever reactions are carried on in our body, so carbon dioxide is released as a waste product inside the body, and that waste product, that waste gas needs to be removed off. That waste gas needs to be removed off from the body, and this is the gas which we exhale out. So this inhalation and exhalation together, it is known as external respiration. Do you have any doubt here? Now talking about internal respiration. So again, there is an exchange of gases between the cells and the tissue fluids. Exchange of gases between the cells and the tissue fluids, it is known as internal respiration. Means here nothing is coming from outside the body. Okay, nothing is coming from outside the body. Whatever exchange of gases taking place, it is taking place within the body. Okay, oxygen moves from blood into tissue fluid and carbon dioxide moves from tissue fluid into blood. Such type of respiration, it is known as internal respiration. Okay, tissues of our body, again chemical reactions take place inside each and every cell. Each and every cells of the body perform different chemical reactions, and during that chemical reactions carbon dioxide is being released. So whatever carbon dioxide is been formed in the tissue fluids, okay, that is been transported, that is been transferred to the blood, that is transferred from tissue fluid into the blood, and whatever oxygen it is present in the blood, it is been transferred to the tissue fluids. So this type of respiration is internal respiration. It is taking place inside the body. Nothing is involved from outside. ठीक है, बाहर से कोई गैस बॉडी में एंटर नहीं कर रही है. Whatever exchange is taking place, that exchange is taking place within the body only. Then the third type of respiration is a cellular respiration, which is responsible for the production of energy. Okay, this type of respiration, cellular respiration, is responsible for the production of energy. How it is responsible? See, so nutrients. From where we are getting the nutrients? They dissolve nutrients like glucose. So from where we are getting these nutrients? Say from where we are getting these nutrients. We get the nutrients from the food we eat, right? Why we are eating the food? Because we need energy, and that food contains nutrients. That nutrients can be involved for the production of energy. So cellular respiration involves production of energy. So whatever nutrients which are absorbed from the food, that is glucose, okay, that is been you reacted with the help of oxygen. That glucose is been reacted with oxygen, and what is been produced? Energy is been produced, and that energy is in the form of ATP. Okay, what is the full form of ATP? It is adenosine triphosphate. Full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So whatever energy production is there, it is there in the form of ATP molecules. So again here it is given the waste material. What is the waste material? Whatever chemical reactions are taking place inside our body, okay, that release carbon dioxide as a waste material. Suppose you have any cell, this is any cell, okay, and energy production it is taking place inside the cell. So glucose plus oxygen, it will give you ATP plus carbon dioxide, okay. ATP plus carbon dioxide, and some water vapors will also be produced. So from where this oxygen is coming? This oxygen is coming from outside the cell. From where this oxygen is coming? This oxygen is coming from outside the cell. And from where this carbon dioxide is going, carbon dioxide will go outside the cell. Carbon dioxide is not required in the cell, it is a waste material. The waste material needs to be thrown out. So this carbon dioxide, which is a waste material, is removed out of the cell, and continuous intake of oxygen is required. So again, this type of respiration, it is known as cellular respiration because it is taking place at the cell level. It is taking place at the cell level. Every cell is performing such type of respiration. So the chemical reaction is also given here. See the chemical reaction. You can see here C6H12O6. C6H12O6. What is this C6H12O6? This is glucose molecule. This is glucose molecule. So whatever food stuff we are eating, from that we are getting this glucose, and this glucose is reacting with oxygen. This glucose is reacting with oxygen. What we are getting? We are getting carbon dioxide, which is a waste material. Again, water vapor is being obtained again, which is not required, is also waste material. And what we are getting is we are getting energy. We are getting energy, which is in the form of ATP. 38 molecules of ATP. The 38 molecules of ATP, 38 molecules we are getting here from this reaction. So this is a reaction for energy production, which is also known as cellular respiration. Now next is respiratory system. Here we have to study about the structure and function. So what is respiratory system consists of? As you can see, a respiratory system consists of nose, pharynx, windpipe, lungs. Okay, the respiratory system consists of what? It consists of nose, pharynx, windpipe, and lungs. And we are going to study in detail about each and everything. So nose, we are aware. We are very much aware of this thing. Nose. So respiratory system and respiration begins with nose, right? Whatever air we are taking inside, that air we are taking inside with the help of nose. So respiration of our body is beginning with the help of nose, and air is filtered with the help of hair and mucus present inside the nose. So whatever air we are taking inside, okay, suppose we are walking on the road or somewhere we are going. So we know there is continuous dust particles inside there. So much dust is there, so much microorganisms are the small microorganisms, and so much dust is there. Okay, so if we do not have these hairs inside our nose, what will happen? The every time when we breathe, whatever dust particles are present with the air, that dust particles will go inside our body and starts to accumulate, starts to collect inside the lungs, and our lungs will get slowly filled up with the help of with that dust particles. So these hairs and mucus means liquid, it is present inside the nose. Okay, whatever liquid is present inside the nose, it is known as mucus. And so the mucus and hair which are present inside the nose helps in filtration. They help to filter the air. They help to keep the dust particles and other microorganisms as much as possible away from the body. Okay, understood? Understood this nose part. Okay, next is pharynx. So in the diagram also you can see the position, exact position of these organs. Where is pharynx, where is larynx, where is trachea, right? Every position can be seen here in the diagram. So you can see pharynx is present, after pharynx, larynx is present, and then trachea is there. So talking about pharynx, so food pipe and windpipe. What do you understand by food pipe and windpipe? What do you understand by food pipe and what is windpipe? Food pipe means the pipe which is present inside the nose. The food is going inside the stomach, right? Whenever we are eating, the food is going inside the stomach. So that is the food pipe. And what is the windpipe? From where the air is going inside our body, that is the windpipe. So you can see food pipe and windpipe together are connected, and it is originating from pharynx. So there is a lid at the beginning of windpipe. So since these two pipes are closely connected, food pipe and windpipe, if you see the passage from where the food is going and the passage from where the air will be going, these are closely connected. These are closely connected. So there is a lid. There is a covering at the beginning of the windpipe, and this covering actually closes the windpipe during passage of food into food pipe, and thereby normally prevents the entry of food particles into windpipe. So whenever we are eating anything, so what happens is lid actually closes. The opening between the food pipe and windpipe is closed when we are eating the food. Otherwise, what will happen? Whatever food we are eating, that food may enter the windpipe, right? If the lid is not closed, what will happen? Whatever food we are eating, that food may enter the windpipe, because windpipe and food pipe are connected. You can see they are originated from the same side. So that lid is actually closed so that food does not enter the windpipe. If you see closely, this is the food pipe. See from where the food is going to pass. From where the food is going to pass. And this is the way from where air is going to pass. This is your windpipe. We know that whatever air we are taking in during respiration, it goes to the lungs. So these are the lungs. Okay, you can see the labeling which is given here. These are the lungs. So whatever air is being taken inside, that is passing like this. Now windpipe. Talking about windpipe, so windpipe is swollen at the beginning due to the sound box. Sound box means whatever we are speaking. Okay, whatever we are speaking, that is because of the vocal cords which are present. Vocal cords are responsible for the production of sound, and because of these vocal cords, this is known as sound box. Okay, this vocal cord is known as sound box, and this because of this sound box, the windpipe is slightly swollen. Swollen means हल्का सा सूजा हुआ ऐसा दिखता है. Windpipe bifurcates in the thorax. So see here, windpipe bifurcates. Bifurcates means what? It gets divided. Okay, windpipe gets divided in the thorax. One branch enters the right lung and another branch enters the left lung. See, this is the bifurcation here. This is the division. ये windpipe जो है वो यहाँ divide हो रहा है, and one part is entering. See this, it is getting divided here, and one part is entering here, and another part is entering here. So this windpipe is getting divided. It bifurcates. Now lungs. We are very much aware that there are two lungs, one on the right side and one on the left side, and each lung has a double layered covering. Okay, each lung is having a double covering. It is known as what? Pleura. It is known as pleura. Lungs are elastic like a sponge. Lungs are elastic like a sponge. When we are breathing, we take in oxygen and when we give out carbon dioxide. So there is continuous change in the lungs. Okay, because of this, it is like a elastic. When air is filled inside the lung, it will become swollen, and when air is released, it will be shrinking to a slighter way. So this is the entire thoracic cavity. This is the entire thoracic cavity. The chest part. Cavity means what? Empty space. Whenever you find this word cavity, this cavity means empty space. So our body consists of so much empty spaces because placement of organ is required properly. Organ needs to be placed properly. Flow of blood is required properly. So many empty spaces are present inside the body. So wherever you find this term cavity, which means empty space. So this is a thoracic cavity. This is a thoracic cavity chest area, and in the thoracic cavity these lungs are present. Okay, lungs are present here along with the heart. We know that heart is also present inside the chest. So heart and lungs, these are present in the thoracic cavity. Now see very closely, talking about lungs. So if you see, these lungs are having bronchioles and alveoli. Can you see each lung is been further divided into bronchioles and alveoli? So what is the work of these bronchioles and alveoli? They help in the oxygen absorption. They help in the oxygen absorption. The structure of alveoli is also shown in a very zoom. Right? See this. This is the structure of alveoli. It is made up of veins. It is made up of veins. ठीक है, पूरा alveoli जो है नस से बना हुआ है. And what it does, it helps in the oxygen absorption. Okay, this helps in the oxygen absorption. ब्लड में ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई करने का काम करेगा यहाँ एल्वियोली. So the walls of alveoli and capillaries are extremely thin. Because why they are thin? Because they need an exchange of gases. The oxygen is coming inside the alveoli. Okay, oxygen is coming inside the alveoli. These are the capillaries. ठीक है, कैपिलरीज जहाँ से ब्लड फ्लो होता है, नस वगैरह जो होती है, कैपिलरीज होती है जिनमें से ब्लड फ्लो होता है. So this oxygen which is absorbed, which is taken inside the alveoli, वो ऑक्सीजन जो है वो यहाँ रिलीज किया जाएगा. ठीक है, that will be transferred to the blood. That will be transferred to the blood because blood is going to circulate inside the body. Blood is going to circulate inside the body, and every cell of the body requires oxygen. So whatever oxygen is been coming here, that oxygen needs to be supplied to every part of the body. तो यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन आने के बाद एक बार आरबीसीज के पास ऑक्सीजन चला गया, and wherever these RBCs are going, that RBCs will going to carry the RBC मतलब क्या? Red blood cells. ठीक है, हमारी बॉडी का जो ब्लड है that is made up of RBCs, red blood cells. So red blood cells will capture the oxygen and it will transport the oxygen to every part of the body. Alveoli is one of the structure which is present inside the lungs. ठीक है, alveoli and bronchioles ये जो है वो lungs के अंदर present होते हैं. एक structure है जो lung के अंदर extended किया गया है जिसमें ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्ब करने का काम होता है, ठीक है। ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्प्शन होता है और ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्ब करने के बाद जो ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्ब किया गया, दैट ऑक्सीजन इज बीन ट्रांसफर टू द ब्लड so that the blood will carry this oxygen to various parts of the body, to each and every cells of the body for the proper functioning. Tell me if you have any doubt, just go through this once. Just go through this respiratory system once and tell me if you have any doubt. So see students, again I'm repeating in short. Respiration involves inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation means taking air inside. Inhalation means taking air inside. So taking air means what? We want oxygen because oxygen is required in our body. तो सांस लेने का मतलब है जब हम हवा अंदर लेंगे तो हवा में से जो ऑक्सीजन की गैस आती है वो हमारे nose में enter करेगी. Okay, it will enter our nose. Our nose consists of hairs and mucus. Mucus is a liquid substance which is present inside the nose. What is the work of the nose? Okay, the function of the nose is to filter off the dust particles or the other microorganisms which are entering inside the nose. हमारे नाक के अंदर जो hairs और mucus होता है उनका काम होता है कि dust particles और microorganisms इन सबको हमारे body के अंदर enter करने से दूर रखे, ठीक है. Okay, so this is the work of the nose. So the empty space which is present inside the nose, it is known as nasal cavity. I have told you cavity means empty space, right? So whatever empty space which is present inside the nose, it is known as nasal cavity. After nasal cavity, the air is going to, whatever oxygen is there, it is going to enter the windpipe. And after the windpipe, if you see here, this windpipe is getting divided into two parts. One of the part will enter the right lung and another part will enter the left lung. Okay. So windpipe is getting divided into two parts, left side and right side lung. Now this lung is elastic like a sponge. Okay, ये जो lungs होता है वो elastic होता है sponge की तरह. So it will get swollen up when air is filled with it. जैसे उसके अंदर हवा जाएगी वो फूल जाएगा, जैसे हवा निकल जाएगी वो थोड़ा सा सिकुड़ जाएगा. Okay, and these lungs consist of alveoli and bronchioles. Okay, so what is the work of this alveoli? The work of the alveoli is to absorb the oxygen. जो भी lungs के अंदर oxygen आया है वो oxygen absorb करेगा alveoli. Okay, and oxygen is not required just for the lungs. Oxygen is required for each and every part of the body. Each and every cells of the body required oxygen. So the work of the alveoli is transferring oxygen to the blood. The work of the alveoli. Alveoli का मतलब नस नहीं. Alveoli मतलब ये एक structure जो यहाँ दिख रहा है. ये इस तरीके का स्ट्रक्चर होता है लंग्स के अंदर जिसको एल्वियोली बोला जाता है. एल्वियोली का काम है ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्प्शन. This type of structure what you can see, it is present inside the lungs, that is said to be alveoli. So whatever oxygen which has entered the alveoli now, yes, it means veins. Yes, Samad, nas means veins in English. So whatever oxygen which is absorbed by the alveoli now, this alveoli is going to transfer that oxygen to the blood. That alveoli is going to transfer that oxygen to the bloods. Okay, because blood will take that oxygen to other parts of the body. And whatever carbon dioxide which is present, whatever carbon dioxide is present there, that carbon dioxide from the blood is going to enter the alveoli. Alveoli क्या करेगा? ऑक्सीजन देगा और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड लेगा ब्लड में से. Okay, are you getting the work of the alveoli is giving oxygen and taking carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide लेने के बाद that carbon dioxide is going to enter the again wind pipe से फिर nose में जाएगा and then we exhale out. Understood this respiration? Students, my voice is coming. Okay, do you have any doubt here in this respiration part? Other students, Ejaz, Arfat, Meher, Afroz, Mirza, On, Pooja, Sheikh Nida, Taki, Yadav, Zishan. I'm not getting any reply from you all. Have you understood this part? Yes or no? Have you understood this part? Okay. So only this. So I've told you about the exchange of gases. How the exchange of gases takes place means how the oxygen is going inside the blood and how carbon dioxide is coming out from the blood and it will be transported to the lungs and then it will be given out of the body through nose. So again in the next lecture we are going to study this with the help of hemoglobin. What is the work of hemoglobin in the body and what is the function of diaphragm. Okay, so the function of diaphragm and function of hemoglobin in the body we are going to study in the next class.